the most important thing for you to get right when it comes to getting your high-ticket services, coaching, software, or complex products sold is the offer itself. Peter Thiel said something really annoying: if your product needs marketing, it's not good enough. Honestly, that made me feel like a piece of shit because I have to literally polish turds for a living. So what this journey led me down was, how in the world can you as a high-ticket professional stand out with respect to the rest of your market? And believe it or not, it's tough. If you're a professional services business owner like myself, I'm selling Facebook ads and Google ads and LinkedIn ads and YouTube ads and copywriting and all these tangential services. And it's really, really hard to stand out. And it's really, really hard to sell people because everyone's been burned by a marketing agency. And I'm sure that depending on where you are at inside of your own business, you probably experience the same things. How many times have you guys jumped on a sales call or you've done some follow-up and you've heard, hey, I went with a competitor that had a better USP? What about you're too expensive? What about it wasn't the right time and they just delayed the process? These things fucking happen, right? Like, they do, and it's annoying, it drives you nuts, right? I realized I can't spend my entire time chasing fucking people around who want to spend money with me. I can't be working with a 5% close rate on new sales qualified leads. I can't sell people the whole enchilada only to be disappointed 12 weeks later when they go with a competitor. I've built a system at Owendenny which I've learned a lot from Australia's best B2B marketer, James Tuckerman, on how you can build your offer better so your offer is a self-closing offer. You can use Loom videos to present what you do for a living. You can get the sales cycle compressed from 8 weeks down to 8 days like it did in my case. And you can also double, or if not triple, the value of your first transaction. Now, if you can charge 2 or 3 times more for that first transaction, how much harder can you scale your business? Fuckloads harder. If you build a really sick offer, get people in the door, it's going to make it a whole lot fucking easier for you to succeed and scale. In my case, I had a sales conversion rate of 10%. I took that to 63% with what I'm going to share with you today. My sales cycle went from 8 weeks down to 8 days. And then my first transaction, it used to be sitting at around about $1,500. That now went up to about $3,000. Which means I didn't have to fuck around when it came to getting new inquiries. I could scale my business predictably here. I didn't have to do any following up apart from one automated email to see how they went and if they're going ahead. That is literally it. Every ideal customer profile that you tackle and the people that you're trying to sell, they generally have 1, 2, or 3 massive problems. Or they've got one really big problem, but it can be broken down into generally 3 pieces. And what I recommend everyone do in this room is figure out what are the 3 big problems they go about trying to solve themselves, or working with another agency, or working with another provider or something else. If you're dealing with, say, small business owners and they're looking to grow their business online, they generally have 3 massive problems. They're invisible online. Once they figure out how to get visibility with paid ads, they generally don't work because they don't know what to say. And then once they figure out what to say, what to offer, what they need to do in order to get the leads flowing, they don't know how to convert them. That's essentially problem 1, problem 2, and problem 3. Because here's the beauty of it. If you flip that on its head, you essentially have 3 pillars of your signature method. In my world, if you're invisible, you need ads. Ta-da. If you don't know what to say, you need messaging. And if you don't know how to convert, you need a sales system. This can work with the least informed prospects on the planet, and it can also work with the most informed prospects. But what you're using is diagrams and pictures to sell people things that they really need to take themselves to the next level, instead of just communicating this shit. Because if you use Venn diagrams, there's something so elegant to this. People can immediately understand what you're helping them out with, and they can see the entire process. The reason why this works is because it shows dependency between the three problems that they have. It puts everybody on the same page. What you want to do here is demonstrate that, like, you have problem 1 here, problem 2 here, problem 3 here. You take them to solution 1, solution 2, solution 3, and if you have all 3, you're a winner, or you've got the complete winning recipe for success. And then the inverse here is you're a freaking loser. And even though these are really simple things, it puts everybody on the same page when you're selling them. Pro tip, you need to come up with a good name for your system. So just say Spanish teacher. It could be something to do with memory, phonetics, and then conversation. I don't know, I'm just coming up with something. So memory, phonetics, and then conversation or something. It could be the MPC method. Or framework. A lot of people are now starting to catch on to some acronym framework. If you've got a framework, build a skyscraper article, a big fuck off long thing explaining exactly how your whole method works, and then index that with Google. So then when people look up your method in a sales call, they can go, oh, he really did create the 3P formula. And then you're in the AI overview and you're like, haha, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. That's seriously like real trust play when you want to go about inceptioning the motherfuckers' minds and close the motherfucking deal. That's the plan, all right? So that's the first step. Building a signature framework, it makes a big difference. And use Venn diagrams, they are powerful. Step 2. The biggest problem that I see in the high ticket space in the agency world, or if you're a commercial lawyer and you're trying to sell people an ongoing retainer, or you're doing some staff augmentation, project-based work, the biggest problem that I see most marketing agency people or anyone that's selling the long game is that they sell far too much in the very first transaction. Instead of selling 12 months or 6 months, it depends on your industry's tolerance to risk, you need to consider a fast-tracked approach to get people quick wins instead. So instead of 12 months, the real game here is to get the quick wins underway. Most people try to sell the long game, and when they sell the long game, they sell the most complex product in the fucking world, and it's so hard to understand. Don't sell 12 months, sell anywhere between 45 to 90 days as your first engagement. It's a lot easier after you've gotten quick wins to sell them something which is perpetually ongoing until you fucking die. That's the absolute truth. If you can figure out what's the optimum amount of time for you to deliver a quick win to your client, make that your first engagement, get them high on the dopamine, and then just sell them the next thing at that point. This is what compresses the sales cycle. If you can do the shorter engagement to begin with, you're going to be okay. Now, this is where it gets a bit complex. If you've got a signature framework and you're only going to sell a quick wins campaign in the very beginning, the hard part about being in a competitive market is that you've got certain clients that want to buy stuff from you, but they're also going to be shopping you against a competitor. There's a way of repackaging your onboarding to make it some fucking amazing strategy day. You make that the thing which they buy, and you give them away the crap they want for free. I couldn't believe it once I discovered this. And then by doing that, you can basically send it with Facebook ads until the cows come home by offering the thing you give away for free and charging them for the strategy. Then you sell them on what you wanted to sell them down the line. Let me show you how this all works out. This is some real voodoo shit here, guys. Oh, I'm so excited to reveal this. Okay, cool. In my world, I have to basically determine the person's ICP. I need to develop lead magnets, then develop an offer, determine their marketing budgets. These could be like really cringy emails back and forth, and it sucks, and it's not a good client experience. But what if you turn them into a workshop instead, and it sounds fun, and you can sell it for a lot of money? So basically, what you would do is you would repackage this. We're going to do a customer avatar workshop, where we're going to uncover your deepest desires of your customer. Instead of building a lead magnet, we're going to do a lead magnet mapping call where you achieve this. Instead of sending you a couple of emails from an offer, we're going to do offer development. And we're going to build a marketing budget. And then we're going to perform a conversion rate optimization audit. And we're going to achieve all these things. But guess what? Most people sell their onboarding experience like, hey, you've got to drop $2.5 grand at the beginning to get things started. If you break down your onboarding experience, think about each individual line item that you go about doing and achieving, you're going to have something pretty similar to that. You're going to be able to break it down. Like, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, sweet. Okay, shit. This is actually worth something. Make the thing that they want to buy free for the first 30 days or the first 60 days if you can. And make the song and dance about the strategy. What you have created for yourself, you've just given them your signature framework that you've built. That is what they're investing in. Because if you do that, guess what happens? They can't price match you against your competitors who are selling exactly the same thing. If you give away the thing that they want for free, how the fuck can they price match you? Oh, the other guy's doing it for free. It's this weird inception gymnastics that prospects do not know how to understand. I know it sounds patronizing that I'm saying this, but that's the truth. They are buying into your system, buying the strategy, which is your onboarding. You're placing massive value on this in your presentation and your approach because you've got the framework to start with. They know they can't just get your IP for free off the street. You'd be fucking mad and be like, hey bro, have my IP. People will invest in your strategy if you can demonstrate the value of your strategy in the first place. Sell strat, sell the setup, give them what they actually want for free, because then what they actually want can be your easiest way to generate leads with paid traffic. So you can be like, I can get your first month free of your group coaching. You can run Facebook ads till the cows come home. You've got the appropriate filters, or if you've got the appropriate processes in the sales funnel, you can still ethically do this to get people into your database and nurture the living shit out of them. You're building trust, you're establishing quick wins for free. You've given them a free product. They already like and trust you. You just need to be able to show them the promised land and fucking take them there, Moses. That's the goal. If you can, figure out a way to sell your 30 days ad management or your 30 days working with a retainer or whatever for free. Figure out a way to do that inside of your business. That's essentially what we figured out. Put a transformative value on each of these things you give away as part of your strategy. And when you add them all up and then you give them a discount, like any typical internet marketer, Russell Brunson, eat your heart out, you price this first month's worth of work, which you would normally charge X for. You can charge 2X for it and give them what they want away for free. Ironically, guess what happens? They're paying 1.5 or 2 times for what they were already going to be paying for. But because you did a redirection play and focused entirely on your strategy and entirely on your approach on delivering people results, you're now able to earn more, which means you're able to make more money on the front end and you don't have to grovel through your onboarding experience. It's about redirecting the emphasis of your products and services to be on your unique IP and not the service itself. Because if they're benchmarking you against other players in the same industry, that same ICP is going to be like, I'll go to the guy who's cheaper. And that's the truth. But guess what? It gives me an out. If I want to get away from them and they're an asshole, I've done this for free anyway. You can go fuck off. That's the truth. I think there's 2 or 3 real cool hacks I want to give you guys, so you can just make it happen. So the first one I've already given you guys, which is basically if you develop a signature framework, build a skyscraper article, make sure you SEO optimize the living shit out of it, make it around your signature method, and basically mid-sales call, you can be like, guess what, AI overview, I'm famous, haha. Works really well from a trust positioning perspective. The second thing too is a game changer. Factor this into our pricing. How can you create and give away something as part of your initial body of work, build something really valuable which they need to invest in to get the maximum results, factor it into your pricing of your quick wins offer, building and delivering in anywhere between 6 to 9 weeks, and make that a scarcity and an urgency bonus. So then at the end of the sales presentation, it's, well, I don't want to punish people who drag their feet, but I to reward those make decisions quickly. So I'm not going to give you a discount because that's just not the way I play. But what I can do is I can give you insert really nice asset, which will enable you to achieve A, B, C in X time. I can give this as a bonus for free, but you need to make a decision within 5 days. This way you can do it in your industry, just to speed up that sales process. Because if they don't experience that, they've got no incentive to close faster. The reason why you should do that instead of, oh, we'll do your onboarding for free or you just pay the monthly. That's a really shit way for you to be commoditized. But if you're giving them away something which is meaningful, you can create a more cohesive strategy with the work that you figure out, something that you can give them and deliver that as a means to get the deal done faster. Now this is where if you execute this effectively, it all comes into a world of its own. I tested my closing rate off just shooting a Loom video. Loom is a screen share recording and you can narrate over the top of it and your little head is in the corner and it's like, bonjour people, here's marketing. And it's amazing because you get a notification on your phone to tell you that guess what, someone's actually watched your video. So as a salesperson with mad sales anxiety, copies for closes, etc., you're gonna want to see people reading your emails. So if you shoot the Loom video and they actually watch the video, it's great to see. Oh great, I'm not sending emails into la la land. You can shoot the Loom video with an optimized presentation, basically detailing the entire thing. This initial product can be completely boilerplated because the Venn diagram approach we use when we sell people is hitting on all the key problems that every business owner experiences or your ideal customer. Shoot the Loom video, the conversion rate doesn't change. They need to watch this by a certain day, otherwise you're going to miss out on something really awesome. No sales calls and the whole thing still works. The crazy part, the conversion rate doesn't drop. Not by 5 or 6%, but if you've got enough sales volume, who gives a fuck? They've only got 5 days, otherwise they don't get their goodwill bonus. This shows you your skills. This shows that you're worth the money. So when they get this, plus the performance on how you unpack that offer, you get a hell of a deal and it's a bargain. And that's why the friction isn't there when you close them. I've got it down to sweet science, it's less than 10 minutes. It's there, it's all done, it's exactly the same every single time.
Right.